Alrighty. Welcome everybody to the SWOSU Esports live stream here. Today we've got some Overwatch. We've got SWOSU Blue versus UBC Premier tonight. Now SWOSU Blue started off, at least in the NECC league, on a tragic loss. It was an 0-3, but I think they're just trying to find their footings. In GAC they've been doing pretty well. So I'm excited to see what happens in this match tonight. I'm not sure if Ashe has been fixed yet, so I don't know if we'll see her anytime soon, to be honest. But the Sojourn looked very, very promising, to be honest. I think that character is just still powerful. I mean, Sojourn's been powerful since she came out, especially when she came out, because she used to be able to just one-shot headshot people. What a great time in the game. But she has had some changes. I believe she charges faster on headshots now, but doesn't do as much damage. I haven't played in a while, so I don't really know. But looks like we're just trying to get both teams in here. It's starting a little late, but that's all good. It's a Friday. It is a Friday. And I don't really have anything to do this weekend. So I got to sit back and just talk about some Overwatch. I don't think we're going to be seeing any role swaps out of SWOSU here. I do like the new little nameplates though that Samsara and Max have. I don't think I ever ended up getting any on my account when I played. I think there's a new one that just came out, but it's for a bunch of competitive stuff. And competitive in this game, it's something else. Just getting all the players situated, the map choices picked, all of that. Now, I did notice in OWCS that they started doing hero and map bans. Now, we do map bans, but I think hero bans would be really interesting. I've been watching a lot of League recently, and they just started doing a thing called Fearless Draft, where the characters that get picked can't get picked again, and I think it makes the game a lot more enjoyable to watch because you're not just watching the same thing back and forth and back and forth. So that'd be pretty interesting to see in like collegiate leagues, other esports leagues. Just spice it up now and then. Like having to play off-meta characters. Everyone having to expand their hero pool and stuff. Be pretty cool. I'm going to assume that Antarctic's going to get banned by SWOSU. I don't know, it's been banned like every single time, and every single team just despises it apparently. I'm not a big fan of the map myself. We had a good run on it for a little bit a while ago. But with the meta changes and stuff, I mean, I just think other maps are better, to be honest. Antarctic doesn't really, in my opinion, feel that niche of like, oh, this is a map. This is a map we can play. This map is different. It's aesthetically pleasing, but, I mean, besides that, I don't find it fun. SWOSU Grey is also playing tonight at the same time. So wishing them luck as well. It looks like UBC Premier gets the bans here, and they're going to ban Samoa. That is a good pick. That map also sucks. I have a very, very few select maps I really like to play. Samoa and Antarctic are not in that pool. The Big Blue Crew. Wow. What a name. You can hear the SWOSU Grey comms from down here. They're putting in work. Just trying to get into this match here. SWOSU thinking about what map they want to play. I remember one season too. So like nobody likes Shambali. That's just a thing. No one likes Shambali. We played against this one team that just like instantly picked it, and they were just Shambali gods. I thought it was really, really funny. Because like that map was pretty much perma-banned. Or if it wasn't banned, no one would ever pick it. Because it's Shambali. And it looks like we might be going on Nepal. A map that SWOSU is very storied on. It was one of our favorite maps to play last season. And a map that I actually like. Hey. I always thought it was kind of funny that they allowed for time choices as well. Like the nighttime versus the daytime maps. The nighttime, you know, night vision advantage or whatever, I don't know. We're going to go ahead and load into this first map. Traveling to Nepal. All right, we're going to be going into the interior map here. This is actually my favorite because I like the boop ability here. I like this whole. Looks like it's a daytime one as well. I don't remember if there's a nighttime one. I was always a big fan of the nighttime ones over the daytime ones. It just felt easier to see for some reason. Easier on the eyes, maybe. Samsar with the gold gun now. I wonder if we're going to be seeing this hazard more and more. And I'm also wondering if they're going to pull out the ball. I always thought ball was a sleeper pick, to be honest. I like the little guy on top of the Sojourn gun. Okay, swap to Bastion. Prove me wrong. Nah. Alright, looks like we're going to be coming out on the hazard here. Pretty standard comp. I would imagine the Virus would look for maybe a May. Wow, that's a little different. SWOSU looking to just take this height, and it looks like they're going against a decent dive comp here. So Max gets antied and taken to about half health, but he does survive, just fighting over this high ground here. Probably the most important part is Max just looks to go in and takes out Ewan the Brigitte. Rek does get taken out by the ball in the back line. Max taking heavy fire and does go down, as this ball is just causing mayhem in the back line. Virus looks to get a wall off. And Max does end up getting 3 in total in the fight, and that is a really cool May skin. Cairo gets a sleep onto the Tracer and looks to maybe get a kill, as Samsara gets taken out by the ball. Point does get captured by SWOSU, though. I think this ball pick is very interesting. It's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to deal with because you don't really go against balls too often, as Max just gets absolutely melted. Goes in just a little too deep there. SWOSU on the back foot, and this is going to be UBC Premier taking the point. SWOSU getting 18%, as this ball just looks to terrorize the back line here. Does get slept, does get walled, but does stay alive. And Max swapping over to the Hog. Very interesting pick. I think it's decent on this map, though. Virus does get a pick onto the Lucio, as Magpolar does get a pick on Samsara. Pretty even game so far. Virus is just... Virus is off the map. Cairo gets taken out as well, and this Hog pick doesn't really get a whole lot done the first life. 30% now for UBC. I think SWOSU just needs a little reset. UBC do have 4 ults coming into this next fight, but the most important thing is they do not have that Lucio sound barrier. The ball is just hanging on the top like a Christmas ornament. Does anyone spot him? He's just there. He's just there doing shenanigans. Cairo does get the pick onto the Tracer here. SWOSU up 4-5 here. Let's see what they do with it. Max just getting on point here. That ball might knock someone off if they're not careful. And Max is just sitting here on the point. Samsara? Not Samsara. Virus with the ult. Be a zoning ult. Samsara does get taken out by Monster's Overclock. Cairo does get taken out by a Lucio Boop. UBC with 70% now. SWOSU just kind of stuck in this corner. They do pop the rally. The overhealth does keep them alive for now. But they're going to need to make something out of this pretty soon. Max does hit the hook, and the pick does get taken. Lucio ult comes in. Rek getting that pick, but Rek getting taken out. And I mean, this is kind of a nightmare as Samsara decides to pop the overclock, trying to get some picks here. Not a whole lot of sight lines. Max does get a double kill with the Hoggle, and that should be point swapped over to SWOSU. As UBC barely get that 99% with that Tracer. Virus swaps over to the Cassidy. I think it's a really good pick against the ball and the Tracer as well. That nade can just prove difficult for that kind of team comp. Everyone just poking a little bit. The ball does go in, but Cairo hits a great sleep onto the ball. Unfortunately, they don't have that May wall to really save it, as Virus is just taking the most damage ever. Rec is as well. Rec does get taken out by the Lucio. Cairo gets taken out by the Tracer. Now it's left up to the trio. The point does get flipped, and Max does get taken out. I don't think that's going to be a touch for SWOSU, and that is going to be the first map in the favor of UBC Premier. I think this ball Tracer is just that much of a nuisance. It's really difficult to kind of deal with. Max swapping over to the Queen now, his signature pick. Looking to get something done here. Ball is just... I think the character flies under the radar a little bit because not a lot of people play him well. But when played well, he's just kind of invincible unless you focus him. And it's really hard to focus him when you have the rest of the team to deal with. Looks like we're just going to be fighting for this high ground here. Max looking to find a knife. Does end up getting a hit, but does not get a pull. As Virus swaps over to the Sombra now. Looking to just displace and hack this ball. Does get revealed. Samsara gets taken down really, really low here. UBC looking for the dive. Virus just trying to get a hack on into the ball. Does miss the hack, unfortunately. 50 health in a dream. The ball does get taken out by Max here. The Queen putting in work as Samsara gets taken out by Monster. Rec does get the trade on the Tracer. An anti that barely missed Max. And UBC just want to stall out this point, make sure nothing really happens to it. This Lucio is proving to be a nightmare, but SWOSU do end up getting the point. It's going to be difficult for SWOSU here. UBC do have the high ground. Virus looking to make something happen here. Does spot out the ball. Does get the hack onto the ball, but has to TP out. Just a lot of damage. The ball is half health. Rec does get taken out. Taken very low and taken out, but Max does get the trade onto the Lucio here. Max gets two. Virus gets another one. Samsara gets another one. And it's just the Torb. The Torb of all characters left. SWOSU looking pretty strong here on this map. Samsara coming up onto that very cosmetic Cassidy ult. An ult nevertheless. Maybe he can get something out of it. And they look to swap. UBC looks to swap over to the Hazard here. The Hazard Lucio Torb is definitely a pick. As speaking of pick, Virus gets picked. UBC just looking to take this point right now. Cairo does get picked as well, and so does Samsara. Monster is proven to be a monster as Max thinks this is winnable with his ult, but unfortunately does get taken out by the Torb. And that's going to have to be a reset out of SWOSU here. Using two ults. Not much purchases. Virus does get staggered a little bit here. This Torb might prove to be a pretty big difficulty for this Sombra here. SWOSU do have 3 ults coming up though. They have Juno, Sombra, and Brig ult here. Juno and Brig ult being very, very good. I mean, they're all very, very good. That is a huge anti onto Samsara, and the Hazard wall does end up blocking it as the Hazard just goes in. And Cairo and Rec, the support duo, do get taken out as Samsara looks to just get away from this Hazard. Does get a hit, and Virus actually does get the pick onto the Hazard. And he gets a double. Max does get taken out, though. And Monster opts for the easy way out. This could be a swap over here for SWOSU here. Max does go for the Zarya. I don't think that's a bad pick, honestly. SWOSU get the point. UBC getting 56%, but SWOSU looking to get 70+. Samsara just holding this high ground up here. And that's going to be an EMP out of Virus here. So namesake would suggest. And that's just going to be, I mean, that's just going to be a four-player kill. UBC denying the team kill. Don't want to get me too hyped just yet. SWOSU look to push past 90%. They do only have Briggle here. That's going to be the sound barrier coming out of the Lucio here for UBC. Everyone has so much health, not taking any damages. Max somehow kills himself. I think he might have just Zarya hit himself. Samsara does get a pick. Gets taken very, very low. Just a 3v4, sorry. Looks like SWOSU just want to get the reset here. They have at least one more fight here. Cairo swapping over to the Ana as well, maybe for a... I think the Ana's actually a really good pick here. There's not a whole lot they can really do about an anti. As Virus just looks to solo kill the Lucio. Feels like keeping him in spawn. Leaving it at a 4v4. Max trying to make that space. Has one bubble left to his name, but almost has full charge. The Hazard does get nanoed. Samsara pops the ult looking for some purchase. This Hazard has just so much health. This angle's not necessarily the best for a Sojourn ult as he looks to get the high ground. Doesn't find it. Max does get taken out, leaving this to a 4v5. Virus does get taken out 3v5, 2v5. And I believe that is going to be map here for UBC, taking the first match 2-0 over SWOSU. And I think the comps may have caught SWOSU off guard a little bit. Max does get the play of the game, though, as this Hazard. But I think the ball was just incredibly impressive, incredibly oppressive. And Max getting 2 kills in the afterlife. I think the ball was rather oppressive. SWOSU looking to maybe swap a little bit around, taking out that ball. Things like the Sombra and Max swapping a couple of tanks. But then they pulled out the Hazard, and SWOSU were already swapped with ults, and I think that might have denied them that a little bit. Looks like we're going to be playing Escort instead of Hybrid for the second map here. Looking to see what map. They're going to ban Circuit. No more Widow fun. I'm a big fan of Circuit, to be honest. I think it's kind of hard to attack on, but defending is just pretty nice. Especially the changes. Now that there's like a high ground off of like the first little point, or the first choke, I think it really opens up the attacking side, so it doesn't feel so defense-sided. You kind of just have to go for a pick, and it looks like we're going to be playing Havana again. SWOSU doubling down on this Havana pick. And to be honest, they looked fine on Havana. They looked pretty good. They just got a little stuck on a point. They had a great defense. Their offense just got cut short a little bit. Looking to bounce back this game, though. We should be loading in any second now. As I say that, of course, we don't load in. I'm also glad that they're allowing skins now. Because I believe with the old NECC code, there weren't skins. But I think skins look cool, to be honest. Looks like SWOSU is going to be on the attack first here as UBC Premier pick defense. I kind of like the name Dark Star. Dark Star the Barrel. I do wonder if UBC are going to go for the dive comp again here on their attacking side. I'd be shocked if it was on their defensive side. We'll probably see the hazard come out. Depends on what SWOSU want to do. I think the queen can definitely work, even into hazard. I mean, I don't really know how good hazard is. I've practically only seen him on these maps or these matches. But I do think that the queen could work definitely for Max here. Especially if they pull out the ball again. I think queen definitely works against ball. You can knife him, you can axe him. You have a shout to get your teammates out. I mean, it's pretty anti-dive, to be honest.
Initiating match.
Looking to load in here. I also think the changes to this map are pretty cool. We've got like a little heaven area over here. And then of course you've got the different windows, and yes, these changes were made forever ago and I feel old. But
Ready for battle.
I don't know. A virus looking to come out on the Widow here.
Salut.
There's just, if Samsara comes out in the junk, that'll be something.
If you don't know, how do you inquire?
Feeling more powerful? Emre always said.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So back to the Sojourn. We might be getting the Max Sigma out here. Wreck on the Mercy, maybe helping not Cairo. I was used to Cairo Widow. Helping Virus get a pick out of here from spawn, and as I say that, Wreck decides to swap and curse me. Virus swaps off the Widow. Some good old-fashioned Cassidy. Max is staying on the Sigma here. Cairo swapping over to the BAP, and it looks like they just want to play a poke comp of sorts. UBC on the hazard is everybody gets taken so low, and Max just gets a pick. Samsara with the double, with the second pick. Cairo with a pick. The whole team's eating. Everyone gets a pick. You get a pick. Everyone gets a pick.
Nice work, team.
And I mean, that's going to be a team kill out of SWOSU here. Like 30 seconds into the game. Good start on the attacking side. Now Virus swaps over to the Widow. And he gets a pick just like that. Good shot out of Virus. Looking for a second. He does find the double. Looking for more. No enemies in sight.
Bonjour. Hello there.
Max just trying to keep this space. This is where SWOSU did get caught last time. They've already made a lot of progress here. Virus just looking for a pick, and Samsara finds it for him. Samsara with a couple in the game so far. Pretty dangerous position for Virus over there, looking for this pick onto the Symmetra. Doesn't end up finding it, as Max gets very, very low. Does have to get BAP lamped. Samsara getting a pick, Max also getting a pick, and I mean, that's just a rock to the forehead. I don't know what you do against that. SWOSU looking to get the first point here, and with about 2 minutes left. 2 minutes turns to 4.5 minutes, and SWOSU looking pretty good. Max is sussing out the Symmetra, hiding in the corner with her microwave. Virus with the sightline does pick off the Symmetra on the side. Hazard ult does come out. Everyone's just looking pretty low. This Hazard is a raid boss. Virus does get taken out by the Baptiste. Max does get a trade back, though. Still a pretty even 4v4 game as Thomas decides to swap to the Alari. It's a very interesting pick. Mac. I keep saying Mac. Max getting picked again. Rec getting picked. SWOSU are just going to look for the looking for the backup here as Samsara slides into a spike wall and does get taken out. Darkstar on for quite a few kills here, just staggering a little bit. Bringing SWOSU back to their spawn. Now SWOSU have to take this space again. I think this is the difficulty, as Virus pops ult looking for that pick. The Hazard is holding up top, not letting him that angle, not allowing him that angle. Everyone just hiding in that room. Virus waiting for the smallest inkling of a head, as the Hazard does get taken out dangerously low. Any Junkrat comps in the future? Hopefully not. Monster does take out Samsara. Max, I mean, this Hazard is just existing. He's existed forever. Monster gets another pick on the wreck here. And this Hazard is just becoming a problem. I don't really know how Sigma works in a Hazard, but I'm not sure. We might be seeing the swap here. Maybe over to the Queen or the Hazard. Or maybe we're going to go Monkey. Maybe we're going to go full dive. Virus over onto the Tracer, Max onto the Monkey. Looking to make it happen. Already has to use shield here, getting pretty low, and that's Hazard ult coming out. Samsara does have Sojourn ult, if he so chooses to use it. Looking for this off angle, pops the overclock. Darkstar does get wrecked, and Samsara just gets taken out by the Alari, but Virus does get a trade. Cairo gets taken out though, and Virus not really in a position to do a whole lot here. No real dive coming through. Might get this pick onto this BAP. Looking for it. But does get taken out by Thomas, and it's going to be a minute and a half on the clock for SWOSU here to make some progress. I think this Hazard is just too much of a problem, to be honest. Just gonna have to hit a big anti on him and hope that you can kill him. Character's looking pretty dominant out here. Max just looking for the dive, does call it. Goes up top, looks for the Alari here with Virus. Alari gets very, very low. Virus does get equally low, and Darkstar just takes out Cairo outside of this fight. Darkstar does take out Samsara. Virus does get the trade onto the Alari. But Max is kind of stranded out here by himself. Playing around that health pack. Does survive for the next 6 seconds. And then gets taken out. And SWOSU looking to back up here for maybe one more fight. Wreck getting taken dangerously low as Cairo swaps over to the Kiriko. 30 seconds here for SWOSU. They do have a couple of ults. Namely, Virus's Pulse Bomb as he tries to get a little flank here, looking for maybe a support for this Pulse Bomb. Maybe the Symmetra. Looking for the Symmetra. Alari ult does come out. Looking for Samsara. Samsara gets nanoed, brought back to full health. Cairo does hit the whole... Not Cairo. Virus does hit the Pulse Bomb, but Max gets traded out. A tank for DPS. 3 seconds here for SWOSU. He got the sleep onto the Hazard, I believe, during his ult. Cancels the ult. Wreck does get taken out. Cairo looking to just do something. Very, very precarious situation. Samsara does get one with the overclock. Or, sorry, just one in general. Does have the overclock, chooses not to use it. Max is just trying to stay alive as much as he can on this Winston. Does have the Primal at the last second, chooses to pop it. Waiting for his team to get back, stalling as much as he can. Now in overtime, 400 health left. Just going to have to stay on this card as much as he possibly can. Does get taken out. And that's going to be a rather rough attack side for SWOSU Blue here. They did get the first point about halfway through the second one. So if they can stall UBC out here on the first point. Hello, it's Kiki and Skippa118. SWOSU on the defending side here. as I randomly type in chat on accident. And Max is looking to come out on the Reinhardt with Virus on the Torb. This is definitely one of the team comps of all time. I don't hate it. SWOSU probably opting to hold close here. I actually don't hate the Torb Ryan here. You can just slap the turret somewhere. It's really hard to get out of the spawn with all this. Looks like they just want to hide in this corner here. As I say that, they move out of the corner. It looks like they don't want to hide in the corner. They're not trying to be stealthy about this at all. Is Magboa coming out on the Pharah here? Definitely a pick. Coming out on the top. Samsara getting peppered, taken dangerously low, but does end up surviving. Max getting taken dangerously low too, and Samsara just gets taken out by Monster. Monster on for a 2K here. It's this close hold a little problematic for SWOSU. Virus does get taken out, so does Max, and I think the Pharah just came out of left field. Was not really expected. Virus swapping over to the Widow here. The signature pick, just looking to get something done. Samsara poking, just a little bit with the Sojourn. Maybe trying to get a rail shot off. Trying to get a pick. Wow, that Sojourn Bloom is rough. Just standing here trying to kill the turret. Max and Darkstar mirroring each other's picks. Virus getting peppered down by the Alari. It's a stalemate right here, but Max does get taken pretty low. Gets that heal to full, and both Sigmas right now are just having their own game as Virus does find a pick onto Thomas here. Getting taken pretty low, but can just re-peek, looking for the Sojourn, and he does not find it, unfortunately, that time. Taken low once again by the Symmetra. SWOSU right now just taking a lot of damage. Cairo forced to use the lamp here on Max. The lamp does get taken out. Max still pretty low, but does get healed up. Another stalemate. Rek does have Nano. That's going to be the Alari ult coming out here. Samsara getting taken pretty low, 50 health. Max gets nanoed. Cairo does get a pick onto E1. Max gets a pick onto Thomas. 3v5. 5v3. 4v3. Monster does get a pick onto Virus here. Max getting pretty low. Does get Lamp. Also gets the health pack, I believe. And I mean, it's just ult galore as Monster gets 2. Samsara does get the pick onto Monster back. But a lot of SWOSU dead and on the back foot here. Looking to maybe contest this point one last time. Close to a minute and a half left. Virus does get 2 picks, though. The second I look off of this man, he just turns into a menace. Looking for a third here on the Baptiste, does not end up finding it that shot. Opts to reposition here. Samsara does get the overclock. And what a shot out of Virus! Virus is just becoming a raid boss, taking over the game. He's decided he had enough. As he finds 4 in that fight. Gets the SWOSU defense rolling here. Darkstar opting for the Winston swap. The Winston and the Kiriko. SWOSU with 4 ults here. Looking to make something happen. Virus just sitting on this angle. Popping that ult, buying SWOSU time and space. They do see that there are 3 up top. Looking for this pick, and he does get the pick onto the Kiriko. Looking for the Ana now. They should know better than the peek, but they still peek anyway, and Virus with 6 kills in a row. Just making this game his. The Symmetra gets spotted out, and Samsara gets the pick onto the Ana here. Only person left being the Symmetra. Samsara going a little too aggressive. Does get taken out here. Virus in the same spot, just looking for a pick. Does get the BAP window. Symmetra wall does counter that, though, as he looks to find a pick onto this Kiriko. Does find the pick onto the Kiriko. The lamp from Cairo saved him. Monster does take out Cairo. Virus might be in a little bit of trouble here. Doesn't have his support here. Max is just looking to get an ult. Huge ult onto the Winston here. Winston does get taken low. Does hit the rock onto the Winston. The Winston does get taken out. Samsara with 2 onto the overclock. Looking for a third. Looking for more. Will not find more. The nano comes in on Max. Does get slept out of it, but does get hit out of that sleep. Is this nano Symmetra is just doing so much damage, but Max can survive it. The Kitsune rush for Premier does come out. Almost with a pick. Max just looking to survive. Does get antied though. Cairo with 40 health left, 29 as I say it. Looking to stop this cart, and that's going to be first point for UBC Premier in overtime. 2.5 minutes on the clock to try to get past this. That is such a cool Ana skin. I've never seen that skin before. Virus just gets taken out. The Winston bubble, there's not much you can do about that. Rek in a pretty rough position here. Get the anti onto the Kiriko, but will just get taken out. Virus swaps over to this Torb now. Hoping to get something done. Samsara swaps for a Tracer, or maybe to get a touch, but SWOSU kind of have to get in there pretty soon. 3 meters here. They're going to have to touch, and SWOSU do not touch. The C9 comes out, and that's going to be the second map for UBC Premier here. Samsara getting the play of the game. I believe I missed just about all of this as I was trying to do the cams. Finding himself a quick little double, almost a triple, but the timer ran out. It would have been a triple. It would have been a triple. A rough run here for SWOSU. Haven't managed to find their footing quite yet. From the sounds of it, the SWOSU Grey game seems to be going pretty well. Looking for the third map here. I believe it is push. Let me check that real quick. I'm like 90% sure it's push. It is push. It's push, and then flashpoint, and then if we go to a fifth, it'll be escort, I believe, because it should be escort or hybrid. Or sorry, it'll be hybrid, because it should have been escort or hybrid earlier, and they picked escort. So looking for a push map. Esperanza, Coliseo, New Queens. I am blanking on the names of the other ones. Yeah, I got nothing. Hoping to see a New Queens ban here. As I previously stated, Coliseo is my favorite map in the game. I just want to see more Coliseo. Esperanza is really good as well. The dive comp coming out of SWOSU was definitely a pick. I think it could work. I think Hazard is just a little too beefy, a little too dangerous right now. It's like running dive into like Queen or something. It can work. It's just really hard. Also kind of a rough point to do. You have to get the Tracer flank for the high ground. Just a little difficult. Oh, they banned Coliseo. They're listening to me. They hate me. Alright, we're not going to be getting Coliseo. I feel like it might be an Esperanza pick here. What will SWOSU pick here? Alright, let's see. Runasapi, that's the other one. I like Runasapi. I think it's a very good map. A lot of people didn't like it when it came out. I did, though. But I also like playing Ash on that map, and we can't play Ash. And we're going to New Queens here. Alright. As if I don't jinx enough. It's not a bad map, though. Speaking of Queen, I wonder if we're going to be seeing the Max Queen come out here. I think this is a pretty good map for Queen. SWOSU just looking to piece something together here. What's the score? Currently, SWOSU is down 2 maps to UBC Premier. They've been pretty close. Maybe just discussing a couple of things. Everyone seems ready. We should be loading in pretty soon. We are loading in. Alrighty, alrighty. Map number 3 for this series.
Initiating match.
I can't quite tell which side of the map they're on. I'm going to be honest. I have to wait my 20 seconds. They haven't changed anything to this map, though. So this side's red, but it has blue benches. And it has red and blue. Which side is this? This is the wrong side. What am I doing? Alright. Horrible observer. Here we go now. And as I said, it looks like we might be seeing the Queen out of Max here. As UBC are opting for the ball. Virus coming out on the Cassidy, Samsara on the May. Just a pretty typical team comp. The ball and the Zenyatta coming out here for UBC. Ball just under Virus does get Samsara off the map, and that's going to be a first pick out of UBC here. Kind of rough for SWOSU and Samsara. The ball looks to get more. Magpolar does take out Cairo. They're just taking this up forward aggression. Virus just get taken like super low. Right now, SWOSU just on the back foot. I mean, the whole team just kind of got dominated there, and I think it was just because they got caught off guard a little bit. You don't really expect to get knocked off at the very, very beginning. You didn't know they had a ball. The Zenyatta comes in crazy clutch. You get discorded. So cart progress for UBC now. I think the most interesting pick out of UBC here is that Symmetra. You don't really see Symmetra played too often. Samsara gets that pick. Virus, I'm going to keep confusing them. Virus gets him dangerously low there. A wall onto Darkstar. But, I mean, the ball has 1,000 million billion health. Virus does get another pick. Looks like he wants to take over this game. Does find a third pick. Virus with a triple kill. Looking for a fourth. Cairo does take the kill from him. That's gonna be a good fight out of SWOSU here. Getting some progress on the ball as Ewan decides to swap over to that Kiriko. Kiriko Tracer on and it looks like they might be just going full dive. SWOSU need to be careful here. The Cassidy pick is a very, very good pick into dive. The May as well. Speaking of the May, Samsara gets a pick. Rek gets another pick. The ball goes in, does get slept. Taken very low, and Rek gets another pick. Rek on for a double this fight, and SWOSU are looking to take the lead here as Max is just inside their spawn doing queen things. This is a rough fight to take here as Kyra gets a crazy sleep onto that Sojourn. Ball does have ult. Virus survives. Virus actually gets nanoed here, looking for a target. Can't seem to find one. Decides to just lock onto the ball. Does get some damage, but the Tracer is going into their back line. Virus gets taken out by Monster. E1 gets a pick on the Max. Monster gets another pick on the Rex. Samsara looking to even it out. Does not fight it. A couple ults used out of UBC Premier here as Cairo just looks to maybe get a pick onto the Tracer. Does not find it. Darkstar gets 2, and that's going to be a team fight over. A team kill on the side of UBC. SWOSU with 4 ults here. UBC with not a single one. Getting close to a couple. If SWOSU decide to fight early and quick, they should be able to stop this before UBC get this checkpoint here. Maybe a side look for this Blizzard. Gets a wall. Kiriko Cleanse and Teleporter both gone. Just looking to make this space. I do fear that if they don't fight soon, though, that's going to happen. But Virus does get the pick. The Kitsune Rush does not matter in the grand scheme of things. Samsara walls off the ball, just looking to be a menace. He's just following him. The Tracer does eventually find him. Cairo does get the pick onto the ball. Virus gets the pick onto the Ana, and SWOSU are going to win that team fight. And I believe, unless they already have it, they should get checkpoint here. Yep, they do get checkpoint. SWOSU not using a single ult there. UBC opting to use the Kitsune Rush, but the Kiriko just gets taken out extremely early. So I do believe that is a Tracer on the Uber flank. Does find Cairo with the Pulse Bomb, not expecting that. Virus decides to pop the ult. Does have one in his sights, does get the kill. Opting to use Freeze as well. SWOSU just want to win this fight as much as they can. The ball ult does come out, Virus does get taken out. Samsara and Max and Rek all on low health, but Max gets another one before he goes down. He actually doesn't go down, he stays alive. Just juggling this little wall. Samsara gets taken out. Looks like SWOSU are going to have to be on the back foot here. Let's see, these two can make something happen. Max gets ult, he gets nanoed, looking to make something happen. I think he's just kind of here by himself as a raid boss. Virus does get another one. Max will pick it up. And Darkstar swapping over to the Hazard here. Figured the ball wasn't working very well. And now, SWOSU's just backing up. They did use every single ult they had. But they got some progress. Up close to 20 meters now. Just looking for a pick here. Virus getting hit by that rail shot and anti. Does have to get Suzu'd. Monster pops the ult. Cairo and Max both getting taken out. Virus getting taken extremely low. Rex just trying to keep everyone alive. That's a cool Kiriko skin. I've never seen that one before. And SWOSU are just going to get taken out as UBC get that first checkpoint here. Kitsune rush straight out of the gate from Rek, just looking to make something happen, but Max gets taken dangerously low, does get antied. Gets Suzu'd, but does get taken out. Cairo with the trade. Rek just looking to fight this guy, fight this Tracer. The freeze comes through from Samsara. Does get the Hazard. The Hazard gets taken out. Rek does get the kill. Samsara gets taken out, and I heard a Pulse Bomb go wide. Still kind of a stalemate for this fight, but I believe SWOSU might take it. Virus just getting peppered down, and that's actually 5 people on point. Cairo trying to get this kill. Max does get the kill, and there's that finisher. It's really cool. Cairo trying to avoid this Tracer at all costs. Samsara actually opting for the Torb pick here. Hazard ult does come out. I don't believe it hit anyone. And that's going to be That's going to be a lead here for UBC. And SWOSU on the back foot. I forgot Hazard can climb walls. I was wondering how he got up there so fast. SWOSU, 3 ults in their pockets. Darkstar gets taken extremely low, but puts up a chandelier that just blocks any and everything. Max has to touch this point. This would be a pretty juicy queen ult. Might be looking for it. Sound Barrier comes out looking for this Ana here. Virus does get one on the monster. Max gets another one. Virus looking to take out this Tracer. Does not end up finding the Tracer, but Max with 2. Looking to get a third onto this Hazard. Does find a third onto the Hazard. This Tracer should be going down. That's going to be Max with a 4K. SWOSU take about the bot. Down about 30 meters. They are up on ults here. Interesting Samsara on the Torb here as opposed to Virus, but I believe Virus is just playing that hit scan. Another Pulse Bomb going wide for Magpolar, and Samsara does get a pick on the monster. The wall comes out. E1 destroys the turret. Max with a huge Queen ult, just looking to do everything. Does get a kill. Cairo does get a kill. Virus gets another one. Virus gets 2. That's going to be a team fight win here for SWOSU, looking to maybe even up this score a little bit. A minute and a half on the clock now. Magpolar decides to go over to this Torb. Is Torb just meta? Is Torb just a character that's played often now? It's pretty fun. SWOSU are going to back up, though, looking to regain their tank. Maybe choose a better fight. Lucio is just overextending a little too much. Virus just punishes that. He does have the ult. Samsara also has the ult. Max just soaking up all this damage. Virus taking low, but does survive. They know the Hazard's in this corner, and they destroy the Hazard in that corner. Now a 5v4 here for SWOSU. Looking to take this lead. About 10 meters to go. 3 ults coming up on the board here. This would be a nasty ult from Virus, but he doesn't even need it. Rek does get the pick, and as I say that, he does pop out the ult. The Hazard wall gets taken. Get put in his place. Monster gets 1, Virus gets 1. It's pretty even, but Virus gets another one, pulls onto the tank. Samsara gets another one. Magpolar, the turret kills Rek. This Torb is just an annoying character. SWOSU get the lead and choose to just take a better fight, recoil a little bit, come back. Get their whole team together. Trying to have this last fight. Samsara just looking at this Torb angle, trying to get some damage out. We all know it'll eventually happen. Now it is overtime. And Virus getting the first pick onto the Lucio there. Lucio did have beat. This is the best time for SWOSU to take this fight. Might need to get something to happen here. Does land the knife onto the Hazard, and Virus gets taken out by the Kiriko. A little rough. Samsara does get the Torb diff. Samsara in the back line just looking to do it. And the Lucio beat does come in last second as SWOSU just gets folded a little bit. Cairo can't get stalled here, cannot get staggered. Does manage to sleep, but does get taken out before he can get the trade. Virus finds the trade, though. SWOSU's so close to mini ults, they're just going to have to touch this point here. They do find the touch, but Monster and Thomas both get a pick each. This is so close. Max does find the ult. Deciding on whether or not he wants to use it or not. Yeah. Getting pretty low, decides to use the ult. I believe it just got cleansed. He does get a kill onto the Lucio, though. Everyone's so dangerously low. Samsara also has ult, looking to do something with it. A little out of the fight, but SWOSU look to be winning this one. This prolonged fight, this Hazard is just immortal as Samsara gets the ult, and that's going to be SWOSU taking the 3rd map. Closing this series in a little bit. Putting a little pressure on UBC here. Max with the play of the game. I believe this is when he got a 4K. Finds the 3 there. It cut it off early, but he did end up getting that Tracer. Going to map 4 here. This will be Flashpoint. And we can only hope that they go to Servasa. Servasa's the better of the 2 maps, in my opinion. SWOSU looking a lot better out there, though. This Quinn comp seems to be working pretty well. They even pretty much countered the Hazard. Got the Queen to counter most things. You've got the Cassidy to counter the Lucio, who was overextending just a little bit that game. Counter that Lucio, deal with the Tracer, the Torb to just be Torb, be annoying, put a turret up, AFK, you know. Hit a couple of headshots from across the map when you shouldn't. You know, Torb things. I wonder if we're going to see the dive comp come out of UBC here for Flashpoint. I think dive's pretty good on Flashpoint, but also Queen just works really well on Flashpoint as well. As well. We'll have to find out. Pick Sura. Yes. Do that. That is the one. This is the map. I think New Junk City is a really cool aesthetic. I think it could be really, really cool. But Servasa, man. This map is beautiful. This would be my favorite map if Colosseo didn't exist. I love hearing the gray comms from upstairs. It's really funny.
Traveling to Suravasa. Initiating match.
Now, if you think I know which side is blue and which side is red on this map, you are mistaken. I'm going to gamble that this is the red side. Surely you would think that they would have like a marker or something. Well, that looks pretty blue to me, so maybe the other side's the red side. Or maybe I'm just getting baited. I don't know. Hey, this is the red side. All right. Looks like we're going to be coming out on the same comps here for the most part. Monster opting for the Sojourn this time as opposed to the Tracer.
Hold your thumbs, and we'll get through this all right. How's it going?
But overall, I'm about the same comp for SWOSU. And like, unless Rek just pulls out some random support. Might be thinking about it, chooses not to. I do think that the Lucio choice out of UBC is a little peculiar here. I feel like Juno is just better, but maybe Lucio's better now. I don't really know. Maybe that's a comfort character. I don't know. I have too much fun playing Juno, though. SWOSU looking to take this angle of all angles, not looking to fight the other side, but the Hazard just jumps in. Everybody gets taken down to half health, and SWOSU might have gotten melted just a little bit there. So everybody gets taken out in about 3 seconds, and that's going to be the point for UBC. First contest here. Flashpoint, yuck. No, this game mode's good. The maps are just kind of mid, except for Servasa. Now, Clash, on the other hand. Clash is real bad. They took it out. I'm interested to see what the new Stadium game mode's going to be like. I haven't really looked into it much. Virus swapping over to this Sojourn here, trying to get this off angle. Maybe the 1v1 with Monster. Monster not allowing it. Monster does take out the Samsara turret. SWOSU just trying to find their footing here, trying to get onto this point. Pretty rough choke that Torb can just sit there. Monster gets a pick onto Samsara, and this Hazard is just a hazard. I mean, you can't even get close to him, and that's going to be... It's going to be a team fight one here for UBC again. Cairo just getting out, denying them the team kill. That's going to be 75% for them. So also have one more chance to get on this point, but they might just have to forfeit it and look for the next point. And I think that's what they're going to do here. That'll be first point going to UBC without a contest for SWOSU. It unfortunately doesn't show points on the map, but I'm assuming that it's this far one all the way over here to the right. Actually, UBC getting the better angle here, getting onto the point first. SWOSU are going to have to contest this. Looking to contest. Max does swap over to the Hazard, maybe thinking it's a better pick here. Pyro does get taken out by Magpolar. The Torb just doing its work. And this Hazard is just a problem, it seems. Being as aggressive as he wants, not a whole lot of repercussions. I think they might have to go for the Ana. As I say that, Max does get a pick, but everyone else gets picked on SWOSU. It's going to be point first here for UBC once again. It's where Junkrat's from? Yeah, that's the issue. The Hazard is jumping around like a platformer game right now. Max looking to go in. They do pop the Kitsune ult here. The Kitsune rush. Max just gets deleted. The orbital ray just comes out. Max melts. Samsara looking to get a Torb diff. Kind of even so far. Cairo does opt for the orbital ray and doesn't get a whole lot out of it. I would imagine that he looks to swap over to maybe an Ana. Perhaps a Baptiste. That's a pick. I don't hate it. Maybe a little more DPS. Just trying to DPS this Hazard down. This guy, this monster, this menace. 3 ults here for SWOSU now, looking to get their first percentage on the point. They are bringing the rain as the Hazard ult comes out. So is Lucio, but Virus does get a pick. An opening kill, looking to get a pick onto this Hazard here. The Hazard gets knocked away by Max, but Virus loses that angle a little bit. Samsara pulls the ult. Max pulls the ult. Everyone presses their Q button. Looking to get something done here. Samsara does get picked. Virus looking to get a pick. Max finds a pick, and everyone's just on point. SWOSU looking to take this point. And SWOSU do find the flip. That is pretty big. UBC did get 99%. SWOSU just needing to play some defense here. Virus does get hit by the Hazard a decent amount. Does get taken out by the Hazard, actually. Character does a lot of damage. Max just trying to lock this out. The Hazard ult comes out for the side of UBC. Monster just getting a pick on a Wreck. Darkstar getting a pick on a Max. And that's going to be point flipped and I believe captured for UBC here as they go up 2-0 in this flashpoint. Looks like SWOSU have the better spawn for this point here. If it's the point I'm thinking of. I think it's really funny that that E1, the Lucio's just going without his team, just having fun while riding a bit. And as I say that, looks like UBC are going to be getting onto this point first, actually about the same time. Max just looking to gather that space. So hard here as a tank. Samsara swapping to the Mei, does get a wall off, maybe mitigating some of that damage for Max as he looks to get onto this Lucio here. Bapult comes out, Cairo gets a pick with it. So does Orbital Ray. SWOSU just looking to survive and thrive here. Monster just get a pick on a Wreck, Max gets another pick. Thomas gets a pick on a Cairo, it's Pick City over here. Going back and forth. Max getting pretty low, does get taken out. And that's going to be a team fight win for UBC, taking the third point for the first time again. Virus swapping over to the Reaper here, or the Torb, just looking to make something work, anything. This map has been unfortunately dominant for UBC. Does swap to the Echo. That's an interesting pick. I'm down for the Echo. I never see Echo get played anymore. I think this character is extremely underrated. Was underrated. I don't know how good Echo is anymore. They're bringing in the rain. Max hits the ult onto the enemy Hazard, gets the wall off. Just taking so much damage, doing so much damage. He jumps away from the lamp a little bit. This Echo pick wasn't able to really get into the fight there, and that's going to be another fight win for UBC here. SWOSU on the back foot. I mean, it's 80%. They've got a touch. They have one last fight if they go fast. Max just looking to get him in with Queen here. 90% for UBC. They've got to get in here. Max not able to touch. And that will be game. That'll be a 3-1 coming out from UBC Premier here. Another rough series for SWOSU. It just seemed like they want to try to find their footing. This time to play the game going to Monster. That's a really, really cool skin. What a shot. I mean, that was a really good setup out of UBC here. I think SWOSU had a good idea, but I don't think they expected such aggression. That is going to be the series wrapped up. UBC taking it 3-1 over SWOSU Blue. SWOSU Blue now 0-2 for the NECC. 1-0 for GAC, though. So that will be it for games this week. Tune in next week. We've got a ton of games. Smash, Rocket League, Overwatch, you name it, we have it. Everybody have a great night, and I will see you guys Monday for more Overwatch.